It's my one life, and I give it everything I got. I am music. I am sports. I am the culture. Here's a quick news break with yours truly. I'm the one and only. I go by the name of Mr. TALIAFERRO. Please make sure you're following your boy on Facebook, on Instagram, at itsmrtaliaferro. So I take pride in trying to be as fair a platform as possible. I know I give a little bit of commentary every now and then, but for the most part, I try to give both sides of the story here. Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion, this infamous night where something happened. We're still kind of putting the pieces together of what the heck happened. We allowed Megan Thee Stallion to go on her IG Live and tell her side of the story a month or so ago. Well, for the first time, Tory Lanez opened up outside of the album that he dropped out, Daystar, a couple weeks ago. This is the first time that Tory Lanez spoke out about this night that will go down in music history as one of the weirdest nights I've ever been a part of, in which Megan Thee Stallion is alleging that Tory Lanez shot her in the foot a couple times after an argument went south. I want to play for you guys. It's going to be a nice portion of Tory Lanez IG Live. I've kind of taken some of the highlights from it. You guys be the judge. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comment box below. What I'm going to do is come back on the back end of the IG Live. So if you don't want to watch all of it, I'll timestamp. Someone will timestamp in the comment section where I hop back on camera. Somebody put that in the comment section where I hop back on camera. You can kind of see my response to everything, and then we can go from there. All right, so here's Tory Lanez just hours ago on his IG Live, giving his side of the story of what happened between him and Megan Thee Stallion.
When this whole debacle, or whatever you call it, came about, the whole time it's like she knows what happened, I know what happened, and we know that what you're saying and what the alleged things and the alleged accusations of my name is are not true. It's falsified information, it's false information, and it's not accurate information. I don't ever want to come off like I'm here to bash this girl, or I'm here to talk down about this girl, or ever be at a place where like I'm disrespecting her, because to me, as a person, she's still my friend. No matter what, even if she doesn't look at me like that, I look at her like she's still my friend. In the times that we were together or around each other, we've had nothing but joyous moments and good moments. So I'm not going to sit here and bash her. But at the same time, it comes to a certain standpoint of me as a person where it's like, yo, do y'all want me to just sit here and just allow my name to be assassinated, my character to be assassinated, everything that I worked for to get here to just be assassinated for something that I did not do, something that he's this guy who doesn't protect black women, and he's this guy who, but it's like he's this guy who doesn't care about black women. That's what the narrative has now switched into, and certain things like that. And it's like, hold on, I need y'all to really back this up. When have I not showed out for black women? Every single one of my videos, the lead girl is black. From Say It to Love to now. Like when have I not showed love to black women? I made 5 chicks tapes about black love, about a black relationship, about a ghetto relationship at that. Like, you feel me? Like, when did I become this person? Like, my favorite song on the last Chicks tape that I put out was Beauty in the Benz. And that was a record that with Snoop Dogg that I loved. And instead of me even being inside of the video, like really take me in for a second. Instead of me even being in the video, and this is before all this, instead of me being in the video, I made the video all about the empowerment of black women. There's nothing but different types of black women, all shapes, sizes, colors, ages, that just shows the love in what I'm doing. And it's like all of a sudden a narrative comes out with no factual evidence, and all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. And it's like, yo, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I understand, like, and I support the whole movement of protecting black women, but I want to speak on something. And sometimes, you know, I know I'm not always in the right place to speak on things, but this is something that I went through, and so I feel like I'm able to speak on it. I am all for protecting black women. That is something that is one of the most important things that needs to be taken serious, and awareness needs to be brought to. And regardless, if this debacle, regardless of what you guys think happened, if this situation caused you guys to pay more attention and more awareness to protecting black women, then I'm fine that I had to be dragged through the dirt for that. But I want y'all to understand something. There's a problem when that protecting black women doesn't mean to protect black men. That doesn't make sense. from the beginning of time, when you really think about how this works, like from the beginning of time, we've been taught to be with our own heritage. And from the beginning of time, we've been taught to be with our own heritage. White man and white woman, white girl and white man. I mean, Spanish man, Spanish woman, Indian man, Indian woman. When you guys start making it like a put black men down and protect the black women, I'm not saying you guys, I don't mean to make it like, oh, you're attacking, but when we as a whole make it protecting black women means putting down black men, then it comes to a point where it's like, okay, well, who's going to protect black women? Who is supposed to be protecting black women? It has to be black men. It's not the white man. It's not the Spanish man. It's not the man who, it's not none of those. It's not the Chinese man. It's not none of those men. It is who is men. It's black men. And I'm not saying that black men aren't the people who in times who aren't the people who inflict certain issues and mental issues and certain things that girls go through. Like black men are very much the cause of a lot of things that women go through because of, at the end of the day, like the way we were raised, certain standpoints. Maybe we didn't have a parent around. Some things were just not here to, whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, it's like you got to remember at the standpoint, if the man is supposed to be, and I say this loosely because I don't want anybody to take this out of context. If the man is supposed to be the head and a woman is supposed to be the neck, y'all got to think about this. In order for the head to move, left, right, whatever it is doing, it needs the guidance of the neck. It needs the guidance of the woman. In order for me to smell and use my 5 senses on my face, for me to lean in or whatever the case is, I still need to use the neck. I still need to be guided by a woman. So I don't feel like I should be torn down. If anything, before y'all know the story, like learn the story first, learn the factual parts of the story first, and then come at me and be like, yo, you need to fix this and fix that. If that's what you feel like I did. Tell me that you're in a car with a person and this person is arguing with you. This person has gotten you to a place of like, yo, I don't even want to be around you. Like, I'm above this. I'm out of here. You get out of the car because the heated argument is so heated. And then this person gets out and shoots you in both of your feet. And you jump back in the car? Why would you jump back in the car with a dangerous man who just did a dangerous crime to you, who did this criminal intent to you and all this? Why? Why would you jump back in the car? Well, yo, then the police pull us over and I see, you know what I'm saying? We're all black in the car. There's a gun in the car. So I don't even want to be like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to get in more trouble. And I'm trying to protect this man. Because at the end of the day, it's niggas getting shot out here. She then throws the black card at me. I'm trying to protect this black man. My love, nobody ever reported that you got shot but you. So how are you trying to protect me? Like, this hurts, bro. Seeing my friends, people that I had on quarantine radio, be people that were just like my real, like at least people I thought were my friends, like people I thought were like cool people, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, everybody just shunned me. I showed everybody love at the top of the year. Everybody was on quarantine radio, hee hee ha ha ha. And the second y'all have an accusation, not even evidence, come bash me, I'm somebody who just, I don't get a say, then I understand. Sometimes the way I move is unconventional, you know? And I came to a place where I was dealing with so much just talk and heat and just people coming at me that I made music because I was like, this is how I can speak through what I gotta do. This is how we get so mad about artists making songs about the same thing, money, chains, and cars. So when a comes out and says his true passion, puts his true heart, his emotions, the pain that he's dealing with his baby mother, his child, when a doesn't enforce his emotion to the tape, or what, he wrong? I'm wrong? I get shunned off. They took me off of every single playlist. They didn't want my story to come out. They didn't allow my story to come out because it came off insensitive. I came off insensitive to people. Now I want to speak on this. I don't ever want anybody to ever think that I've been insensitive to Breonna Taylor. I marched 9 days straight in Miami for her and George Floyd. I would never, bro, I've mourned this woman as well. And everyone said, listen, we're mourning a black woman today and you dropped an album? How dare the disrespect? Guys, let's bring this back. That day that I dropped that album, my mom, that was her birthday. And that was also the day she died. So I was also mourning a black woman. My mother. That meant a lot to me. My name is Daystar. I'm her youngest son. That meant a lot to me. And all I was doing was giving a truthful album about what I'm going through. And I thought that people would be able to hear it and feel me, but they didn't do that. And I don't expect, everyone to just jump into my side, because at the end of the day, I didn't deserve that for the way that I handled this. There's been insensitive things that I've done, and I apologize for, as far as me not talking to y'all, addressing y'all, coming to y'all sooner and saying, yo, bro, I ain't do this, man. But y'all got to understand the reason why I wasn't able to do that. Once they made this an actual thing, I immediately called the lawyer and was just like, yo, what can I do here? Because there's times I was like, I'm going to just say the whole story right now. They need to know. No, you're not allowed to talk. I will handle that for you in the court of law. So at that point, it gets to a standpoint where it's like, my bad, show your feet. Because we're seeing you at DJ Khaled's house and you're on your tippy toes. And then we're seeing that you're, you're here and there, and they're antagonizing her. They're brutally coming for her and not giving her, I guess, what it is that she needed. But it gets to this point where now she posts a picture of a foot. And she posts this picture of a foot. There's no exit wound. There's a lot of inconsistencies in the story. And she says under the post, you see, I got shot in the back of my foot because when I was walking away from the car, she says she puts this in capital letters. She says, I was walking away from the car and I got shot in the back of my foot. She doesn't ever show the other foot that she claims she got shot in. And I'm not trying to, again, I hate that this is coming off like I'm trying to come for her and whatever cases, but this is what I'm having to endure and watch when I'm knowing certain facts. So it gets to, it gets to this place where I'm just like, bro, like, this is not me, and I don't deserve this. Like, I don't deserve to have to go through this. Like, I never have been somebody who's had domestic cases. I've never hit no woman. I've never had abusive cases with no woman. You can't pull those type of facts up on me. I don't have those. So it's like, I just didn't understand why I'm going through this. So now it gets to this point where she posts this picture of her foot and everyone's seeing certain things and everyone's, saying certain things about her foot. And some people think it's real. Some people don't think it's real. And it gets to this place where some people are just not believing it. So she posted a picture. There's no bullet tray. Where are they taking out the bullets for the pan? Like, if this is what's going on, like, where are they taking out the bullets for the pan? I don't understand. Like, where's the surgical? You're not in the surgical room. And anybody who knows, I mean, this is like, it clearly had to be the first day that you've taken this picture. So if this is the first, it's like, where's all the evidence? Why are you not in the surgical room? First of all, you're not even allowed to take pictures in a surgical procedure. That is against the law. It doesn't matter if you're famous or not. So it gets to this point now where it's like, she says, I was shot from behind and, blah, blah, this, that, and the third, and I was walking away. And she puts that, and then she deletes the post after. But that contradicts with the first post, because you said somebody came out to hit you with malicious harm and danger, to put you in harm and all this danger and all this stuff. How can you identify who's shooting at you if you're facing the other way? How can you even identify criminal or malicious intent if you're not seeing what's going on behind you? That doesn't even make sense. And so it's like, I'm looking at this and I'm just like, yo, this is not right. Like, and I do see when people are getting at her, and there's times when I'm like, damn, like, do I help her or do I speak up and say, yo, don't. You then say, oh, well, I was trying to protect this black man, so I never said nothing. I didn't want them to shoot me. I didn't want them to kill me. Okay, but when me and Kelsey and Quan were over there being questioned, you were in a stretcher. No one is going to shoot you in a stretcher. You had plenty of time to tell the cops that you were in danger. You had plenty of time. I'm not protecting somebody who just heinously shot me after a conversation that we just had. My mind is not on protecting you. I'm bleeding from my feet. I'm thinking about protecting my own life, and I'm in danger. Why would you not say that with 2 feet bleeding from 2 bullet holes, from what you're saying? I don't understand that. And then there's this whole narrative of, like, I didn't want to put this black man on I didn't want to get him in trouble. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm protecting this man and he keeps talking. And so now, he keeps.
So if you guys remember, a few weeks ago, I told you guys that Megan Thee Stallion would have some details come out about her in the upcoming weeks that would not paint her in the best of lights. Those details still have not come out. I'm still sticking to that. But I do want to say this in response to Tory Lanez. I want to say two things. One in defense of Tory Lanez and one in defense of Megan Thee Stallion. Let's start with in defense of Megan Thee Stallion. In defense to Megan Thee Stallion, Tory, you brought up how black women must be protected. I will just say this. Any threat to a black woman is an issue. Any threat to a black man is an issue, even if it comes within the same race. That's all I'm going to say. So all this you talking about, Tory, if we're able to find out, if law enforcement officials are able to put together with enough evidence that you shot Megan Thee Stallion, everything you're saying goes out of the window. All of it. Right? Everything. Nobody cares if you shot a black woman. It's just the way it is. It's the way it's gonna be. Endorsements, deals, you talking about being on playlists, you'll never get those looks if we find out you shot a black woman. Now I'm gonna play the devil's advocate to that. I'm gonna take up for Tory in this regard, and it's the first time that I've took up for Tory Lanez during this whole instance. But I do need to say this, all right? It's the first time y'all heard me say this. So there were allegedly 4 people in the vehicle the night of this alleged shooting. Tory's bodyguard, Megan Thee Stallion, and one other person that we have not heard from. One other person. Now, I've heard an alleged clip of Tory's bodyguard and how he explains the story. But you know what? That's Tory's bodyguard. He's supposed to come out and take up for his mans. So I threw that out. I threw it out, right? Because I believe when something happens, it's in our nature to ride for our homeboy, ride for our homegirl. Even right or wrong, right? A lot of us go by that. Here's who I am as a person. If me and my homie, we go out and we having a good time and he get into it with somebody, and I hate that I'm this way, but this is the type of lawyer that I am. I'm riding with my dog right or wrong in the moment. If he starts, let's say he step on somebody's shoes and that dude's ready to jack over it, right? Him and his homies ready to jack over it. Let's say my homie get a little too drunk and he push somebody. Unfortunately, I'm the dumbass type of lawyer where I'm riding with my dog right or wrong. In that moment, right or wrong, I'm with my homie. In that moment. Now, after we get done, let's say we get our asses whooped, we get jumped because my homie was too drunk. Now, after we get drunk, and we get jumped, I'm going to want to go beat his ass. I'm going to go, after we leave the club and I take that ass whooping on the chin, now I'm going to want to give my homie an ass whooping for putting me in that position. But that's the type of lawyer I am. I'm riding with my dog right or wrong. In that moment, I'm riding with him right or wrong. That's who I am. Right or wrong, we going at it. Right or wrong. I do believe there's another side to this though. If I were to let my homie get jumped, if I were to let y'all follow your boy TALIAFERRO here. If I let my homie get jumped because he was drunk, then that same night, my homie has every right to be like, bro, you say you my mans, you let me get jumped. Maybe he want to beat my ass for letting him get jumped and not stepping into that. Y'all following me? Right? The only reason why I bring up that scenario is because something interesting is happening with Megan Thee Stallion's best friend, Kelsey, that a lot of people refuse to talk about. Blog sites won't pick it up. No one wants to talk about it. Megan Thee Stallion has a best friend that was in the car with her the alleged night of the shooting. And she has went absolutely mute. What does that mean? Let me just put this together again with the scenario that I just used for you guys. Well, if my best friend, if she got shot by a man, we ain't saving, bruh. Like, and I'm coming to the defense of my friend who just got shot. Right or wrong. At the end of the day, you can't shoot no damn. If my homegirl gets shot, like I'm gonna come defend her even more. Especially with the last year that my homegirl had, losing her mother, with all the success, she still lost her mother. I'm gonna come protect if that's my best friend. Why would a best friend not come to the aid of their best friend if they just allegedly got shot? Why would Kelsey not ride for her homegirl? So I'm gonna say this to Tory and Megan. Y'all are both of you guys are leaving out a big detail to this story that I think would clean this bad boy up easily. Why has Megan Thee Stallion's best friend Kelsey went mute? She has not come to the defense of her best friend Megan at all, even though Megan is claiming she got shot. Why would your best friend not say nothing? Wouldn't you think this will be the moment where Kelsey will double down on her support of Megan? Part of the reason why she's able to flourish in her career? Because her friend is popping and now your friend just got shot? Something is missing in this story. Now, there have been rumors and speculation out there from, was Tory and Kelsey dating, or they had a fling and Megan found out? I don't know. Did Kelsey try to shoot Megan? I've heard that rumor as well. I have no idea. I am not reporting that as fact. I'm just saying these are rumors that are out in the atmosphere. But Megan can't go forward with this story. Tory cannot go forward with this story without addressing the elephant, or should I say the Kelsey in the room, the best friend in the room. Why has Kelsey went mute? That is the answer to this story. You want to know what happened between Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion? I don't know if the bodyguard's going to tell the truth because, like I said earlier, right or wrong, he going to ride for his man Tory. That's his paycheck. He should ride for Tory. Why would he snitch on his man and send his man to prison? He's messing up his bag. Obviously, he's not going to do that. So I can't take the fact that Tory's man, his bodyguard, has said that, Tory didn't do what they're accusing him of, right? In so many words. If Kelsey would have came out and defended Megan Thee Stallion, I would have looked at it the exact same way as I'm looking at Tory bodyguard defending Tory. I would have looked at it as like, yo, I can't take the fact that Kelsey is defending her best friend Megan Thee Stallion because she got shot. That's what she's supposed to do. I expect her to defend her best friend, even if Megan was aggressive that night. But I can take something away from the fact that Kelsey has not come to the defense of her best friend Megan. There is something there to that. Again, if me and my homeboy, we get into it with some other people because my homie got too drunk and accidentally pushed somebody that we don't know, if my homie is the reason why we get our asses whooped that night, after we leave the club, we get back, I got every right to want to fight my homie for putting me in a bad spot. But the opposite of that is true as well. If I opt to not help my homie out when he getting jumped, even if he was drunk that night, even if he was the aggressor that night, after we leave that club and he take that ass whooping, he got every right to want to beat my ass. So the fact that there's a best friend just looming out there, I think that's where the rest of this story is at somewhere. And I don't know if Kelsey will be called to the stand. I'm assuming so. At some point, she is going to have to talk. And at some point, she's going to have to tell her truth. And that probably will be the decider to this case. And for both of these artists in their careers, that's probably how we'll look at them. So if Kelsey wants to lie, if Kelsey wants to tell the truth, whatever she says will probably be the one that ends. The person that she doesn't defend, their career will be looked at differently forever. Meaning, if she comes out in defense of Megan Thee Stallion and says Tory Lanez shot her, point blank period, Tory Lanez will not get another endorsement for the rest of his career. But if Kelsey comes out and defends Tory, even if it's not the truth, I don't know. She says, nah, Megan was tripping. She lying on Tory. We're going to look at Megan funny forever. And that will take a little bit off the top of her stardom. It definitely will. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, support is what I don't take for granted. Salute. I'm out.